Hey Pete, we've got the grills here today with us. One of the main questions that I've got is how do you understand the measurements, the neck sizes, which one actually needs?
Yeah, good question. It's one we get quite a lot. It's a little bit confusing, so I'll try and enlighten you. So we've got a few different types here. We've got a weather louver. So these typically would go on an external wall. See if there's any water runs down. On the back, we've got like an insect mesh, so stop anything coming back through.
Okay.
Then we've got like a standard egg crate grill, typically would be in a ceiling for extracting out. And then here we have a double deflection grill. So these have got little blades that you can move to suit where you want the air to go, and also the ones on the back side can be also directed, so you can have it all going off to one corner or to one side. So this is a 350 grill. Actually, on the front there's nothing actually that measures 350, which is where the confusion comes. So that measures just over 330 by 330.
Sure. And
the outside dimension is 395. So yeah, where does the 350 bit come from? So if we look on the back, there's still, if you measure what's classically called the neck size, that's 335. So the only actual bit that is 350, and it's difficult to actually see, it's the distance between this lip here and this lip here. And the reason for that is that if you have a grill box that's 350, it needs to go over the edges of the little blade.
Oh yeah.
So you've got all the edges of the pivots for all the blades.
Right.
So the grill box would come and sit down either side of this, and that's why it's called a 350 grill. So when you make the grill box, it slides over and clears all the workings. But again, that does cause a little bit of confusion. It's very difficult on the data sheet to determine it without actually being able to see it and know which bit you're measuring from.
That's really helpful though. That's, yeah.
So we've got a little grill box here that fits so this is a 150 egg crate grill, and as you will see, it's about 130 it measures. But if we're looking on the back and we measure the ridge to the ridge, that is just shy of 150. And then if we have the grill box, because this is a 150 grill box with a 150 spigot on it, this measures 150, and that slides down over the edge of the lip, and that would be mounted in the ceiling, and then the flex would be connected to that, or duct work, however you wanted to do it. But yeah, that's the how you determine the neck size, and that's what these are all sold as, is a 150 by 150. But obviously if you measure that, it's not 150, it's this mythical measurement at the back here, which is the 150 bit, which is all to do with what you're going to connect it to and getting the right size.
That's really helpful. Okay, and as you say, it's not the opening you've got it to fit, it's what it's connecting to. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's great. And with the different types as well, are they all for outdoors, indoors? Is the egg crate always indoors?
Typically most of them are all indoors. The ones that are rated as weather louvers typically would be the outdoor ones. So indoor, you've got a basic egg crate, we've got single and double deflection grills, which are typically on the air input.
Okay.
And then also we have air distribution grills, which I'm just going to show you here.
Yeah.
And so typically they'll all be mounted in a false ceiling,
right,
for air conditioning or ventilation, extract input systems.
Okay, so we've looked at these three here. What's the fourth one you've got?
So this is a four-way diffusion grill. So typically sits up in the ceiling and then deflects the air in four directions.
Okay.
Also, this one is actually fitted with a volume control damper. Now this can be adjusted. There's a little screw somewhere. It's very difficult to see, but you can basically get in there and adjust the damper from either that and get in the ceiling. So this one's actually a 150 square. So again, this would fit the 150 grill box. Slide over there and then duct it off to whatever. But you can see that it's quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So 200 plus in the square size. So again, that causes a little bit of confusion, but it's probably easier to see the actual neck size that we're looking at is this distance here, which clears all the rivets and things. You see better in that direction. You've got little rivet heads on there. So the 150 is the outside of the rivets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. Thank you. And when you've got your ducting, if you're trying to connect it to this, you need something like the grill box, right?
Yeah. So typically most things have a grill box. This is a straight grill box. If you've got limited headroom, you could have a grill box with the spigot on the side.
Oh,
so
okay.
you can connect on the side rather than the top, because obviously you've got to have a bend or a flex coming off the top.
Yeah, that's a lot of space.
You need a reasonable size void in the roof space, so you can have an alternative with a spigot on the side for low headroom applications.
Great, really helpful. Thank you.